Can you tell the difference between the high end and the dupe? Stay tuned to see which is which. Welcome to The Beauty Story. My name is Amanda Hall. I am 55 years old. I have extremely dry skin. I have lots of fine lines and wrinkles. I have deep set eyes with an cool olive undertone. And today I am so excited to put two palettes to the test. I'm going to be revisiting one of my all-time favorite palettes, Color Stories from Huda Beauty, the Rose Quartz palette, against a inspired, very similar palette as well, the Coastal palette from Alter Ego. So we are going to put each one of these on one eye and we are going to see how the look comes out. I can't wait to put these side by side. I've heard some really good things about this Coastal palette, so we shall see. I'm going to try a few other tried and true products that I'm just going to revisit. I have a new color in the Silk blush from Makeup Revolution. I am going to be trying this Burrito. This is an Amazon BB cream I'm going to be trying. I have a new lip color pencil and some Revlon lips to try. I repurchased the ColourPop. I repurchased the ColourPop brow and pen, so we're gonna give these a roll again. And I picked up 4 different types of lashes. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with today, but since it is February and the month of love and I love me some glam looks, I figured it was time to play with some new eyelashes that I just thought I would have some fun playing with. So we've got 4 different types here. We will pick one and give it a try. I've got a new I've got a new black felt liner to try, some new mascara. You'll see the full effect of this probably during the daily beauty stories that I create. We're just gonna use one coat of this today since we're gonna put on some lashes. So let's create this beauty story. All right, so we're going to start. I'm gonna try this again. I don't quite remember my thoughts on it. I tried it not too long ago, but now that I'm doing my daily beauty stories, this is something I really want to put to the test and see how it is working for me. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow, and I have it in the color medium tan. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on and let it sit for a second, and then I will get it put on and rubbed in, and I will be using this probably in the rest of the week's daily beauty stories just to kind of see how it's working with the products that I'm trying. All right, let's get this blended in. So far, I remember that it was creamy, and this is definitely feeling creamy. I've shared before that because of my fine lines and wrinkles, I have stopped putting concealer out here and just blending out the concealer that I put just right here in the inner third of my eye to avoid that extra creasing on the eyes. And so I thought that this would be, help me from really getting in the extra fine lines and wrinkles with the showing more with the foundation on. So I think that looks pretty. We'll see how it holds up when I go to do my hair and get ready. But so far, what I'm remembering about it is nice. So we'll have to keep playing with that. So we are going to try this Perito BB cream, Circa Clearing BB cream. And this is in the color number 23 Natural Beige. I got this on Amazon. It says it gives a healthy looking glow, flawless coverage, plus EO and fragrance free. This is a Korean brand that they sell on Amazon, and so I've heard several influencers talk about this particular brand, so I wanted to give it a try. Ooh, it looks like it's very cool, which is hard to find. Let me see here. I'll take a little bit of it and I will rub it in so you guys can see. Ooh, it feels creamy. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so there it's rubbed into my hand, and that's it right there. All right, so it's not super liquidy, which is good. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna swirl this on. You guys know that this is kind of a technique I use. I learned from a makeup artist to kind of just get everything pressed in to the brush for a more even application. This is very cool toned, and it does have, it smells like sunscreen. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. This is actually a really nice color for me. I like how cool toned it is. That is nice. And it is going on rather creamy. It does look heavier to me than a BB cream, but not like a full coverage foundation. But it definitely gives some coverage, which is nice. And if you haven't been following on the Daily Beauty Stories, I have been really working to try to put less around my mouth area, as you know, this is where I have the most deep wrinkles and fine lines around this particular area. So I'm trying to keep less product in that area. It still smells a little bit like sunscreen. So that scent is curing a little bit. I'll let you know as we go further if this starts to tame itself down or not. So here is that. Okay, let's move on to bronzer contour. I'm just gonna go in, since we're kind of creating a Valentine's purple, pink, smoky eye look, I thought I would use this luminous bronzer from e.l.f. And let me just double check the color I have this in. It is in light medium, which I think is their cooler toned color. I've used this in some beauty stories not too long ago. I really like the color that it leaves, but there is the color. Go ahead and do that same technique. This is not one of the ones that I put directly on my face like I do with like my ColourPop one or the stick ones. Since this is liquid, I use the same technique I use for my foundation and for liquid blushes. And so this is just gives that pretty luminosity. So I just love the look that this gives, and it's not as sculpting as some of my other bronzers slash contours, but this does really just give a nice luminosity to the skin and adds in some color. I'm not really smelling the sunscreen smell anymore, but so there is the bronzer on. And oh gosh, I'm so excited to try these palettes. I know I'm kind of rushing through this stuff here. All right, let's go ahead and use this silk blush. I have tried this before. I have the darkest color, but I thought, oh, this one looks so pretty. Pinched Light Pink. And this also has their marbling effect. And it's just a blusher stick. It is a cream to powder, which absolutely, the darker color I have, I think is a berry well, or it's a deep berry color. Just absolutely stunningly gorgeous on. I just loved it. So that's why I was inspired to get this pink. I think this will be a really great color for the spring and the summer. But oh, whew, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that looks so pretty. Kind of looks like my nails. Oh, so pretty. I'll show you. So there is the color. Very, very pretty. I'm just going to use my Amazon brush. With these, I just go directly into the product and then rub it on the back of my hand. And then, because I can be a little heavy-handed with blush. Although I try not to be, sometimes it gets a little carried away. And sometimes under the studio lights, it's hard to tell how much I'm actually putting on until I like go out and like really see it. So you may wonder why I kind of go over my forehead and across my nose. Really is just to kind of make sure that this is just blending and looking as seamless as it can for blush. But that is a stunning color. Oof, I love that. I cannot wait to play with this some more. This is definitely going to make its way, that and the other color make its way into a routine for me, because they're so pretty. So pretty. Alrighty, so let's use some highlighter, because we are gonna go for this little more glammy Valentine's Day look. And I'm just gonna use the Lumi La Glace. I have been loving this product. It just gives the prettiest, like, wet look. It's just stunning. Just stunning. And I believe this is in Glassy Pink Ballet. It's really pretty color. Just looks so beautiful on. I just love it. So pretty. So pretty. Definitely quickly moving up to being one of my top highlighters that I just absolutely love. I can't say enough about it. So we're gonna move on to eyebrows. Now these always take the longest. I'm still learning and perfecting shaping my brows. I have very uneven brow, the way my brows are placed. This one kind of droops down. This one is a little more up. So getting them to match can be a little more challenging, but I figured we would go ahead and give these a try again. It's been a while since I've used these, so I don't quite remember my thoughts on them. But this is the ColourPop Brow Pencil in the color Taupe. And then I also have, so here you go, in color Taupe. And then I got the pen in black brown. So as you know, recently I have been using the, I've been using a micro brow pencil with a brow pen to just really give me a dimensional look on my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Super Lock on the brows as well. So we're gonna really lock in this look and get them ready for these palettes, which I am so excited about. This Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette was really the first palette I bought that was not drugstore. It was the first color palette that was like so inspiring to me that I actually went and bought it. And I was like, very impressed. There was a color purple in there that I will show you guys that was just, I had the hardest time trying to find anything that was even close to it. Now, more recently, I have found purples that more align with that purple color. But at the time when this palette was released, there was not a purple that I could find that was even close to matching this purple in the palette. And you will see when I put it up that it was well used and well loved. And I'm really hoping this alter ego palette that was inspired by this palette, that the color story just really wows. Because I would much rather spend $24 on a palette than almost $70 on a palette. And so I just can't wait to give that a try. I'm really trying to level up my eyebrow game. So I'm thinking probably going to take a little longer to get these eyebrows on, which is, this is definitely the longest part of the process and really is probably the most challenging for me. That and a really light natural look. It is so hard for me to create a just soft natural look because I'm just so drawn to glam looks. I love a bold, beautiful, smoky eye anytime, any day, for no reason at all. So I will do a glam eye on a rainy Wednesday when absolutely no one is going to see me, and I just do it because I love it and it's for me. It makes me happy. So those are probably the two hardest things. These eyebrows and getting these more perfected again, and doing a softer or more natural eye look. So there you go. There's me. All right, let's see here. Yeah. I'm a little underwhelmed by the strokes that this is giving. However, I haven't really let it sit upside down. It's one of the things that I really like to do with my liquid products, like my lash glue that I use. It's a liner. My felt liners that I use, I usually store them with the felt liner facing down so that the product gets into the liner, so that when I go to use it, it's actually, ready to go and will give me the look that I am looking for or wanting to attempt. So this isn't quite going as I had hoped, but we are going to make it work. And we may let this sit a little bit while we play, and I'll come back and maybe touch this up a little bit. We'll see. I mean, so far the color looks nice, but you just never know. I'm not, I'm, again, still trying to perfect it. It's not perfect by any stretch of the means, and I'm definitely not finding that this is super friendly. So we're gonna let this sit upside down, put this over here so it'll sit, hopefully get a little more product in it. I like a little more bold brow, but maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. So we're gonna let that sit for a second. So let me go ahead and show you the Rose Quartz palette, and you will see that it's extremely messy and that it has been well used and loved. Like these purples over here, they're just, I've hit pan on them. There are just some stunning, beautiful colors in this palette. And it was definitely one that I used almost every single day. I just loved loved this palette. It was so inspiring. And it was so hard to replicate this purple that I just found other products that were inspiring me and kind of actually forgot about this until I had seen that there was this inspired by dupe palette that came out from Alter Ego, and this is the Coastal palette. Let's see if I can get this open. And I thought, oh wow, if I could find a palette with that kind of purple in it again, and the shimmers in here were also stunning. And so this is the first time I'm opening this, but oh wow. Okay, yeah, this definitely looks very similar to that palette. Let's see if I can get it in focus here. Come on, like, look at that. Here, let me open this one. See if I can manage to do this with two hands. Like if I can manage to show you both. Let's see if I can get them in focus here. Can I get them both in focus? Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. We got them both in focus. I mean, they're not in the same order, but they're definitely very similar. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to use the Huda on my, which was probably be showing to you as my right eye, but it's actually my left eye. And then I'm going to do the Alter Ego on my right eye. So I'm going to set these down here so I don't get them mixed up. And I do have multiple brushes that I'm going to be using, and the ones that I don't have duplicates of, I have my Sigma switch to hopefully that, and my little washcloth to make sure that we don't have any cross contamination. So actually, I'm gonna put my glasses back on and see what colors we're going to start with. So we're going to go in with Serenity in the Huda palette, which is this kind of dusty purple pinkish color. And then this in the Coastal palette is the color Breeze, which is this one right here. All right, so let's go. All right, we're gonna use my Sigma E40 brush on this color here. I'm just gonna keep this organized. So here we go. So this eye is the Huda eye. So I haven't used this in such a long time that I don't remember. I mean, I remember I really loved this palette, but I couldn't remember how pigmented it was, but ooh, yeah. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, yay. Okay, I'm gonna put that brush over there, and then I'm gonna use this brush in Breeze right here. Same E40 brush from Sigma. And we're gonna go with this one here. Okay, so right away, the pigment isn't as pigmented, at least that I am noticing, but it's pretty similar. It actually has a little bit more of a purple tone to it than the Huda one. It's a little more pink, but I think in the end, here I was getting ready to go over here and go, oh, have it. Oh, almost did it again. Let's just pick this up and we'll just make sure. So yes, definitely, I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely can tell that this is a definitely, excuse me, a dustier, more purple tone, and this is a little more pink toned. All right, where are we gonna go next here? Well, let's see here. I think we're gonna add a little more of this pink here in a little deeper shade, and in the Huda palette, it is the Happiness color. So it's this color right here, Happiness. Come on. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with focusing today. Sorry, guys. Wow. Okay. So we're going to use the color Happiness in the Huda palette. And then we're going to use the color Shell in the Coastal palette. So this one right here, Shell. All right, so I am going to switch off the color for the one I used on the Huda palette. And we're going to go in with this one. And we're just going to deepen up this, a little more dimension, add a little more to it, just give it a little more pop. I want to try to use as many colors as I can, just to really get a feel on how this is. Now I'm going to turn over the switch and use this for the Alter Ego Coastal palette. And we're going to go in with the other color here. I'm just got to make sure I don't cross back and forth, which I'm so used to doing. Okay, so that color is definitely closer to the color in the Huda palette. It's definitely got that more pink. I mean, they're very similar in shade. And actually, honestly, I like the dustier purple color better in this palette. I like that it's more purple, but that's because I'm really a purple girl at heart when it comes to this. So there are the two pink shadows, the Huda and the Alter Ego. Okay, now let's see. We're gonna go into the purples because this shimmer purple that I have hit pan on in two different spots. Let's see here. The color is the color Empowered, and in the Coastal palette, it's Abyss. So the color we're going to use here on our outer corner, it is, I don't know if it's just the glossiness of this palette that is making it hard to focus. Come on. Okay, so we're going to use Empowered, this poor messy palette, Empowered on the Huda side, and we're going to use Abyss, which is this one on the Alter Ego side. All right, and now on this one, I am going to be using my E38 brush, which is a smaller, what the heck did I do with my switch? Oh, duh. Okay. I'm going to be using the E38, which is a more diffused crease brush. And we're going to go in with the Empowered on this side here. I'm just going to hit this outer corner. And again, this palette is pretty old, so it may not come out as fresh and as pigmented as I remembered. In fact, this side is struggling a little bit. And again, my recollection of this is that it was just stunning, this purple color, and we'll get this going here, get down past maybe some of the older stuff and get into the new. Let's see how this starts coming out here. I just remember how much I loved this grape color. It was so, I mean, I tried and tried and tried to find a color that would produce what this would produce, and it just was so hard. Now there's been some really amazing purple palettes that have come out that have really given this shade a run for its money for sure. I'm definitely having to dig down deep in this one. So it's not going on as easy as I remember it going on, but it also has been sitting for a little while. you know, I'm now looking in a 10 times mirror to put this on, and I am definitely noticing some creasing, additional, you know, really some deep creasing with that Physicians Formula. So I'll have to kind of revisit that and see, maybe it needs to have some powder or something. I think I remember remembering that now. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the to the Coastal palette, into that purple that's there. And so I'm really not gonna judge the Huda palette too hard on absolute performance, just because it's been so long since I've used it, and it's an older palette. So but we're gonna go in here and see what this Coastal palette will do with that color. For some reason I thought this would be a little more pigmented. But again, I'm having to work almost as hard with this one as I did on the Huda side. So maybe it's just, I just need to be reminded that that's a color I thought was a little easier to work with. But it is so pretty. Oh, so pretty. I don't know that you can tell much of a difference now between the two. I mean, I'm not, whoa, almost did that. I almost did that. Almost did that. Okay, Huda, Alter Ego. I don't know, what do you think? So far, I think the look is pretty similar. Interesting. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a more precise brush, and this is the small tapered blending brush, E45, and I think I am gonna go in with this more brown color. And in the Huda palette, it is Mantra. This one right here, and we're going to just deepen up that corner. And in the Coastal palette, it is the color Haze, which is this one right here. So they're pretty close to the same position. I have my two brushes. All right, so we're going to go in with Mantra on this side and just kind of get this a little deeper, a little smokier. We're going to bring this down along the lower lash line. Just really kind of deepen this up a little bit. Okay, that's pretty. So that's Mantra, and this is Haze. Deepen up this one here. Okay. Going to the lower lash line here. I mean, that's pretty similar. Wow. Okay. Huda, Alter Ego. All right, now one of my other favorite colors in this palette was this kind of swirled color. And in the Huda palette, it is called Cosmic Love, and it did get a ton of love from me. It did get a ton of love. It's just this swirl, purple and pink, and just stunningness. And then in the Coastal palette, it is the color Ripple. This one right here. All right, so we're gonna use that on the lid. We're gonna use another color too, but I just remember how much I just loved this color. So we're gonna use this on the lid. I mean, oh, that still gives that rich purple. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I remembered why I love this palette so much. Don't worry, we're gonna try some more colors, so All right, that's really pretty. Okay, so now we're going to the Huda with my other finger. I mean, into the Alter Ego with my other finger. Okay, so this is not quite as rich and dark, but that's okay. Let's see, we can build up a little bit here. And the funny thing is I actually prefer the lighter side, really. Let's see, go a little bit more and just try to deepen this up. But I like that. I actually like that color more, I think. Wow, okay. Pretty though, they're both gorgeous. I mean, I think we're getting a very similar look here. I don't know that when we're done, we're gonna be able to really tell much of a difference. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, one of my other favorite colors in this palette was this sparkling, this gorgeous pink called Moon Magic. And it was this one right here. And it was just, let's see if I can get this. Boy, we're having a rough go of it, this Moon Magic. It just was this gorgeous pink. And then in this palette, it is called Sparkle. And it is up here, right there is the equivalent, I believe. So we're gonna go in with Moon Magic on my pinky finger. And we're gonna use this kind of on the inner corner and just kind of go on to the lid. Ooh, wow. Oh, I forgot how amazing that color is. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow, I forgot how amazing that is. Now, the funny thing is this color is almost similar, very similar to the color that I put on my lid over here. So let's see what this pink does in this palette with my other pinky. And we'll get that going on. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's very similar. Although this does look more glittery. Like it looks like it has particles of glitter. Maybe it just needs to be broken up a little bit, but wow. Wow. That's stunning. Look at that. Look at that. Can you guys tell a difference? I don't know. I don't think I can tell a difference. Okay, and then now let's go into the brow bone and the inner corner. And I do not have another pencil brush, so I'm going to switch this off really well. But we're going to use the color. One of the other colors I just loved in this palette was this Self Love, which is kind of this gold and white shimmer, and that's what I like to use in my brow bone and inner corner. So we're going to use that in the Huda palette. And then that very similar color is the color Shore in the Alter Ego palette, which is that one right there. And so I will switch back and forth between these. So let's go in. Remember this had like a pink shift to it. So we go under the brow bone here. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then we're just gonna kind of do this inner corner. Even though that other color is so vibrant and so pretty, this is just gonna kind of tie everything together. Okay, and then let's go ahead and just really give this good switching. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into the color Shore. Use that in the brow bone. Okay, so this has a little more pigment to it than the Huda did. Probably should have done this look without doing my foundation first, because there is a little bit of powder kickback here. This one definitely packs more of a punch. A little more, whoa, almost touched it over there. Okay, so what do you think? Here is the Huda eye, and here is the Alter Ego eye. What do you think? I think they're really close. I think it would be safe to say you could probably invest the $24 in this and get almost an identical look that you could to the Huda palette. I am so glad I purchased this palette. The packaging is stunning. It is a beautiful palette, but I am now really super excited to play some more in this Coastal palette and really put it through its test. So you will be seeing this palette used this coming up week in all of my daily beauty stories. So be on the lookout starting probably Tuesday on that. So excited about how that looks. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's see here. What am I going to do? Let me get refocused and come back and figure out where our next step is. All right, so I think I'm gonna go in and do a little more touch up on the brows here just to see if a little more ink has come down, and it really hasn't. So I don't know that this will really work its way too much into my routine. I like the taupe color of the micro brow, but I'm not sure I'm liking this pen. I think that the Maybelline Build-A-Brow one, my Milani one, I mean, don't get me wrong, ColourPop is by far one of my #1 brands that I support and love, and I just don't think this is gonna really work for me. So, all right, now let's see. I am going to go ahead and give my lashes a curl, and then we will put on my pencil. I'm going to use the purple. I'm going to then go ahead and use at least one coat, and then we'll pick out a lash. I'm excited. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to like here. So let me go ahead and give my lashes a curl. We'll get the pencil on, and then we will go from there. So, and let's just give these a nice little curl. We'll get some liner on, and we will try this new mascara and play with some lashes and finish off this look. I'm really excited about how this look turned out. I mean, it's just, you can't tell. And if I hadn't told you what I don't know that you would have been able to tell either. I'm just going to use a little bit of this purple just to kind of, I'm going to be using a black felt liner, so this is just going to give it a little extra on the waterline, just to keep this purple going, which I just am loving. Wow. I cannot wait to play with that palette some more. All right, so let's talk about this new CoverGirl Super Cloud. I did get it in black. It says it's a weightless length and light as air lift. It is their Lash Blast. Oh my goodness, this has just been a day, really. It says it's up to 125% weightless length versus bare lashes. It looks like it has an interesting, let's see what the claims are on the back. Super boost your lashes to the highest heights, up to 125% weightless length, instantly lifts lashes by up to 20. What that means, it's an air whipped emulsion formula for an all day light as air lash lift. Dual-sided bristles, brush has short bristles that load and lift the lashes and long bristles to separate and lengthen. It's infused with super ingredients, vegan collagen, vitamin B, amino acids, B, 84%, not B, 84% natural origin ingredients. No clumping, smudging, or flaking up to 24-hour wear. We've talked before, please ladies, don't wear your mascara for 24 hours or your makeup for that matter. Gentle on lashes, easily to remove for all lash types. Ophthalmology tested, suitable for sensitive eyes and contact lens wearers versus bare lashes. All right, so let's give this a go. I like the packaging. It's this pretty blue, light blue. It's pretty. All right, let's look at the brush. Okay, well, that's interesting. So it looks like the tip is kind of the short bristles and the kind of the middle is the length of it is, oh, that's interesting. Well, today we're only going to play with it because we're going to put it on, we're going to use lashes today. So we'll just see. Ooh, it's prickly. So be careful when you put it on. I am just going to give my lashes a coat so that we have something to blend the lashes together. It does feel very weightless on the lashes. I just don't know. I'm going to reserve comment until I play with this some more. But it's interesting. It does feel very lightweight. It doesn't feel like I'm putting anything on, which is nice if you need that lightweight. The fact that it says it's for contact lens wearers, that's good. I wear glasses mostly. I have worn contacts before, but I mostly stay with my glasses. Okay, we're going to use this on the bottom lash line. I like how it's making my bottom lash line look. But then, you know, I'm going to really put it to its paces on with 2 coats, and maybe even try it with the primer and see how it works. But I like the lower lash line, the way it's coming out. Might have to just play with this a little bit to see how I can get it to work. I just kind of don't understand this brush, but we shall see. Okay. All right. So what lashes are we going to pick? Let me just tell you what I picked up. I picked up the Kiss So Wispy Pixie. These are more of a kind of a more a little heavier on the outer corner, but I think they're a little bit shorter. Then I have the Kiss So Wispy Full Bouncy Volume and Curl, the Pompadour, which are definitely a bolder lash. I'm thinking we might go with these. I may try these later in the week. These are the Kitten Salon Perfect Kitten Half Lashes. Whisker light, pre-trimmed to perfection. So these are definitely for that cat eye look. I'm definitely gonna try those. And then I have the Ardell. These are the Wispies. Now I use the Demi Wispies is the one that I use all the time, but these are the Wispies, which I believe these are probably a little longer and a little fuller. Okay, well, I think I have my mind made up. I'm going to try the Kiss Pompadour, which are these very bold, big lashes. So that's where we're going to go with. So give me a second. Let me get these open, get them, show you how I cut them and figure them out, and then we'll get them put on. So I usually pull these off from the outside because I know I'm gonna at least have to cut 1 or 2 of these off from the outside just because of the length for me in my eyes. And so usually what I do is I just give these, like, try to break up the band a little bit so that it, you know, gives a little more workability. It's not so stiff. And then for this first application, I just kind of use what I would normally do here, this little bit of glue, but I'm probably gonna have to cut about two bunches off of this one. And with these lashes, like I know exactly on the Demi Wispies how much to cut off because I've used those so often, but I'm gonna cut these last two bunches off. You can see here, just cut these last two off. And these are definitely much longer and fuller than the lashes I am used to wearing, but they don't scare me at all. So let's see. Okay, so we're gonna use my Kiss lash glue in black. I'm gonna open up a new one because I think my other one was about on its last leg. And we're gonna go ahead and get this lash on. I like using the black just because, you know, I'm putting a lash on, so it's gonna be bold anyway. And I like that the black line helps mask usually the band of the lashes. So that's why I use the black. You can obviously use the clear if you prefer. I just find the black is much easier for me to use. And then I have these Ulta Beauty lash applicator, and usually I start at the center. I place the center first, and then I just work them into the glue to get them placed. And then just use the lash applicator to push them into the glue, and then use this to blend my natural lashes that have the mascara on it, just to give this that look that we're going for here. These are really pretty. Wow. Those are bold. Bam. All right, now let's put on these other lashes. Again, I take them from the outside in. I want to go ahead and loosen up the band a little bit. Now, most likely your eye shapes are a little bit, one's probably a little bit longer, one's a little bit shorter. And so it's always good to just measure both. Don't use one side to do the other as well, because you will find that you might accidentally cut it a little bit shorter than you had wanted to. So I always just measure again. This eye usually tends to be my longer eye. And so I don't know that I am going to have to cut any off this bunch in particular. I think if I bring it maybe a little further out, nah, I think I'm just going to do one tiny little bit on this side. Definitely not as much as the other side. So we're just going to cut off this very first bunch. That way, I get that off. Let's make sure I get this going. All right, and then let's go ahead and get the glue on. Give it a nice good little shake. I just really like this liner. It just makes it so easy. You don't have to wait for the lash glue to dry with direct application on the lashes. It just makes it so much easier and so much faster. So again, I'm gonna just take it here with my applicator. I'm gonna put it on the center first, and then pull it to the outside, and then work inside. And then we'll just go ahead and, this one didn't stick down. There we go. And then I just use the back side to kind of make sure that it's getting into the glue. Okay, so this isn't going in. I'm gonna go ahead, see, I'm just gonna put a little more liner right here. to get this inner corner down. And sometimes that happens. And then just get that pressed down. This one's just not being as cooperative, which is okay. Here we go. And just push this my natural lashes up with the falsies. And wow. Now, I am a huge fan of the Master Precise. You can see here I've got my glasses on. I like putting in, finishing it off so that it doesn't look like there are falsies on. Well, I mean, make them look like they're falsies. But I'm going to use this Color Stay Lash Serum and Liner. It's a liquid liner. It's all day. It's waterproof. It is a serum infused for healthier, visibly lashes in 1 week. Yeah, I don't know that I will be really putting that to the test, but it is the liquid brush tip. I did get it in the blackest of black. It is new. It says it is a flexible lash line hugging brush tip. Provides bold color, nourishes lash line with a serum infused Tahitian microalgae. Bold black color does not smudge, fade, transfer, or bleed. Deflex color lock technology for all day wear. Waterproof, vegan. To use, shake well before use. To activate liner, must be stored tip down. So there you go. It even says to store it tip down. So we'll give it a good shake. Shake, Sonora, shake your body right. Okay, I know. Stick to the makeup, right? All right, let's just go ahead and put a little liner here in this corner to just get this all kind of blended together so it doesn't look so disjointed. I really do like that brush. Wow. That was really easy. It looks like you could do a pretty fine line too. Wow. I can't wait to play with that some more. So it just kind of ties this whole false lash situation together. So what are you thinking? Those are some pretty bold falsies. And this is the Pompadour, the Kish Pompadour. Fun for a Valentine's Day date night, but fun with this bold glam look. I'm actually kind of loving these. Okay, well, I think we're at that point where I'm gonna go do my hair. I'm gonna get ready. We'll come back and put the lips on and we'll talk about all of these products. So I will see you in a minute. Hey, back and dressed. I am loving the eyes. I just can't even believe that they look so similar, that they're so beautiful, that I'm pretty happy with the way this look. Now let's get these lips on, and I'm using all new to me products. I think that this lip oil is actually very new. And so let's take a look. I am using the NYX lip pencil in Prune. I know that's quite a name for a color, but this is one of the sticks that I am finding. I always make these so hard to get into. This NYX Slim Pencil, I'm finding has been working very well for not bleeding into my very deep fine lines and wrinkles around my mouth. And so we're also going to try this Super Lustrous Glimmer Lip Oil. So this is one of Revlon's new releases. This is their lip oil, and this is in the color Gone Rose. And then I'm not 100% sure if this is new or not. I don't remember seeing it frequently, but this is the It is Revlon. I have it in Plum Isle, color 545. Oh, I'm sorry. This is CoverGirl, actually. I don't know if this is new or not, but I saw this color. I was like, ooh, that looks pretty. So let's go ahead and get these lips on, and then let's talk about the products. So I'm really loving, ooh, that's a pretty color. I tried these on in Ulta to get some new colors in this lip pencil. And this was one of the ones I really liked. Just was such a pretty color. And if you have been watching any of my daily beauty stories, you notice that I've been doing some shading on my lips to just give a little more dimension, a little more oomph, just to kind of give them a little more shape. Oops, sorry about that. All right, let's go ahead and try this CoverGirl now. I believe this is one of their lipsticks. Put this on here. Ooh, that's a little bit redder and pinker than I thought it was going to be. Let's just go ahead and get it on. Definitely not the shade I thought it was gonna be, but we'll make it work. All right, we'll see if this lip oil has any pigment to it. It is this Revlon. Let's see here. Oh, that's a nice lip oil. It feels nice. Okay, well, that color wasn't quite what I expected. I might need to try a deeper color with this lip liner, but we will make it work. So what do you think so far? How does this look? Let's talk about the products, and then we will do a final look. Not too excited about this Butter Glow. Creased pretty quickly, pretty deeply, probably a little too creamy for me. I'm not a big under the eye powder girl, so I think that I will probably not try this some more and see if my daughter or somebody else who does not have the kind of under eyes that I have, if they might like it. Let's talk about the BB cream. I'm actually pretty impressed. Now, the sunscreen smell stayed for a little longer than I would have liked, but I love the cool tone of this. I think it looks really nice on the skin right now. Of course, I'm gonna play with it all this week and see how it really wears and how it looks with different products over it. But I'm excited to try this. I think it did a really nice job covering for a BB cream. Who knew? Obviously, other influencers that I follow who have tried this product before, they knew. So I'm excited to give that more of a try. Obviously, I have already am very familiar with the e.l.f. bronzer. It just gives that pretty glow. It's luminous. It just gives you that perfect kiss, I think, of luminosity and color. It's definitely not going to be that sculpting, shaping bronzer or contour, but it is very pretty and I really, really like it. And can I just say, this color for spring and summer in this blush stick, Yes, huge fan. I liked the darker color as well. Yes, yes, and yes. I already knew the formula was good. The color is beautiful. Same with the Lumi Glass. Beautiful, stunning, absolutely 100% is moving into Holy Grail status. Super excited about it. Not as inspired or excited about the eyebrows. I do prefer them to be a little bit bolder. I don't mind this pencil. It is a nice pencil. Do I think my NYX one is better? Yeah. Does it make me a little sad because ColourPop is such has my heart? Yeah. The pen just really didn't do it for me. I might play with it a little bit during the week and see. I'm going to store it so that the color might get into the pen a little bit more and see if that works. So that was kind of a meh for me. Let's talk about, I've used this deep violet LA Girl pencil before, which I used in the waterline. I used my Kiss Lash Glue, and I used this new Revlon Color Stay liner. I was impressed in how fine of a line you could get on the inner corner here. Very impressed with this. I will definitely be playing with this one some more as I play with my lashes. Wow, these are bold lashes, but I'm kind of loving them. I think they're pretty, they're lightweight, they don't feel like you have a heavy lash on. I just think they give the perfect oomph to this very glam look. And if you're looking for a fun Valentine's eye and you want to really go glam it up, these pompadour are pretty. I'm kind of digging it. I think they're fun. They're bold. I'm all about that. Let's talk about the lips. Obviously, I think this color is just not quite the color I had expected it to be, but I'll keep playing with it. I would probably go a little darker with this. Of course, I love these NYX Slim Pencils. This one in Prune. I think this is a gorgeous color. I can't wait to try some of my deeper colors with this. Beautiful. This lip oil feels amazing as of right now. We'll definitely be playing with this during the week. And then, of course, really, the whole star of the show were these two palettes, the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette and the Coastal palette from Alter Ego. Yeah, I don't know that you could really tell a difference between the two. Let me switch hands again because this was the Huda Beauty side and this was the Alter Ego side. $70, $24. I think I'll pick the $24 one over the $70 one, but I will tell you, this palette had my heart for a very long time. It was one of those when I had a special occasion, I would go to this and really do a look that I fell in love with every single time. So is it worth the $70 purchase if you aren't interested in picking up this Alter Ego one? Absolutely 100%. Gorgeous, but I am that girl. I like to find products that are affordable that I can use and create beautiful looks with as well. And this one did as beautiful a job as the Huda did. So I would 1000% recommend this palette. And I have found that the Alter Ego palettes perform very well. They hold very well. I tried the Huda Pretty Grunge against the Alter Ego inspired palette, and it was amazing. And I have put the Huda one away and will use the Inspired by palette by Alter Ego for sure going forward. I'm looking to do a really smoky eye. That's the palette I would reach for. But this is just, this color story is just stunning. Stunning, gorgeous, and absolutely 100% cannot wait to play with this the rest of the week. And this is the final look for today. I would love to hear in the comments below if you own this rose quartz palette, if you love it, what you think about it, if you own it, if you think you might pick up this coastal palette because it's stunning. It's a beautiful story. You love purples, you love glam. Oh my goodness. Either one of these palettes would be amazing to add to your collection, but I for sure, if you are that girl who is on a budget, this palette is legit and it is gorgeous. And I just can't say enough about it. Can I gush about it a little bit more? Maybe. Can this video get any longer? I don't want to make it any longer for you guys. So every piece of makeup in your collection has a purpose, and together they create a beauty story. And I want you to be intentional and confident and create beauty stories that you will love. So remember to dress every day with purpose.